What's happening YouTube is more motivation reactions. Back for another reaction video. So we got an interesting video today. So 7 stories that prove Larry Bird was the greatest trash talker of all time. So he's known for trash talking. So we're gonna get into it, see what we can learn about Larry Bird. I've done many Larry Bird videos, and it seems to me like people are only interested in Larry Bird. But for anybody watching, I encourage you to be interested in other players as well. Larry Bird is not the only all-time great. You know what I mean? I always had that impression when I first started my YouTube channel. Okay, let's be open-minded. I like all the players. I like a basketball player if they're good. You know what I mean? And this is a reaction channel, so let's be open-minded. Let's not keep it to one player. As it seems to me like it's just the Larry Bird videos that do well. Anyways, that's out of the way. Let's react to this video. I'm excited to learn more. If you're here to support, thank you so much. If you're here for the first time, hit that subscribe button and let's learn some more about everything. Anyways, let's go.
There is no better way than to trash talk your opponent and then back it up. And Larry Bird was the king of trash talking his man and then backing it up. For instance, he once scored 40 points and had a triple-double against a young Sean Kemp. Late in the game, Kemp, who grew up in Indiana, attempted to defend a tough Larry Bird shot. Bird sunk the shot and running back up the court told Kemp, "I'm the best effing player from Indiana." In a game against the 76ers in 1984, Bird found himself matched up against Julius Erving and dominated him. As he scored point after point, Bird kept repeating two numbers to Dr. J. The number of points Bird had and the number of points Erving had. By the end of the third quarter, those two numbers had become 42 and 6.
What? Whoa. That's crazy. That's insane. Sheesh. You cannot feel good about your defense if that's the case.
2 points for Bird, 6 for Erving. At this point,
Jesus. Goodness gracious.
Claims that Bird told Erving to retire, which led to this.
Oh, come on, dude. Come on. Shut him down. Don't punch him. If you want your opponent to really... Anyways, let's keep going.
And perhaps his most memorable moment came in a game against the Pacers around Christmas. Before the game, Chuck Person, known as the Rifleman, told reporters that the Rifleman is coming and he's going bird hunting. Hearing this, Larry approached Person before tip-off, saying, "Hey Chuck, I have a present for you." He then waited until Person was subbed out, spotted up right next to where he was sitting, and drained a 3. As the ball went in, Bird turned to Person and said, "Merry effing Christmas." Number 6, he trash-talked coaches. As Larry Bird became more confident, trash-talking players just became too easy.
You know you're good when you can trash talk the opposing team's coaches. You know you're that good when you can do that. You know you're that good when you can do that. I remember playing basketball, and sometimes the opposing team, their best player, try to talk to our coach and all that stuff, try to trash talk, and then back it up on the court. That's a different breed.
He began to trash talk coaches. Against the Bulls, Bird found himself matched up against Ben Corquette, a noticeably poor defender. He took exception to this and expressed to then Bulls coach Doug Collins, "Ben Corquette? Are you effing kidding me?" Before dropping 33 points in the first half. Against the Pistons,
That's the worst. I wonder if that's some coaches do this, put rookies on star players. I've never understood why they did it. I've seen it a couple of times. Anyway, I'm not saying the guy is a rookie, but some coaches do that. I'm not sure why.
A young Dennis Rodman tried his best to stop Bird, smothering him when he had the ball and trying to deny him when he did. Still, Bird found a way to get into Rodman's head, screaming at his teammates, "I'm wide open," even as Rodman was attached to his hip. And
that's
acted as if he was wide
hilarious.
open too, sinking.
Goodness. You know what's funny though? Now, trash talking is not part of the game. It's not. You get called for so many technical fouls. It's crazy now. Like you don't see that anymore. You don't. And the game's become soft, and honestly, I've lost interest in watching basketball now. A lot of times, I only catch the highlights. I'll only look at the standings, maybe a couple of stats, but I don't actually watch games anymore. The NBA ratings have gone down. And I saw a thing somewhere about Christmas games, how the NFL is overtaking the NBA by a wide margin. And even this season, they added the in-season cup. And some people are trying to make it equate to an NBA championship. That's how soft it's gotten. So since my last reaction on me complaining about how soft the game has become, it's become even softer than that. Can't make it up, folks. You can go look it up for yourself.
Shots in Rodman's face before asking Pistons coach Chuck Daly, "Who's guarding me, Chuck? Is anyone guarding me? You better get someone on me, or I'm gonna go for 60." And while scoring at will against the Jazz, Bird sunk a shot and said,
When he run by the bench, he goes, "That's a heat check."
before turning to Jazz coach Frank Layden and saying,
Hey, Frank, don't you have anybody on that bench can guard me?
to his credit,
Bro, if I'm the opposing coach, I'm not laughing. I'll be pissed. I'll be pissed. I'll be pissed. This guy laughing? I'd be pissed if the opposing guy is scoring 60 on my guy. But there's nothing you can do about it, I guess. This is the only sport. Good offense beats good defense.
with,
But nowadays, you don't even get the chance to play good defense because they'll call a foul. You'll foul out.
No.
Number 5, the three-point shootout king. In the 1986 season, the NBA added the
I know
three-point-
this one. I definitely, every Larry Bird fan told me about this one. Every Larry Bird fan. And Larry Bird is a great player. I'm not knocking Larry Bird for anything. But my only thing with fans, not just Larry Bird, but fans overall, you only watch your player. You know what I mean? And it takes away from the appreciation of all the all-time greats. I would love it if I reacted to, for example, I don't want to put, if I reacted to, I don't know, maybe one of Larry Bird's teammates and you get the same effect. Or, I don't know, Clyde Drexler, Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley, any other all-time great. The problem of being too much of a fan of one is you sort of, first of all, you see things from that point of view, and it stops you from actually loving the game and different things each different player brings to the game. You know what I mean? It takes away from the love of the game itself. Which is why when I do this kind of videos, I try not to be too biased because I'm a fan of a player. You know what I mean? And that's what I saw with a lot of Larry Bird fans. He's a great player, but you have a couple of people calling him the best player ever. And you know, that's and really they should say, in my opinion, my goal is, I mean, to say someone is the best, you need more than just being a fan of that person. You need a lot of facts and things to defend that statement.
All-Star weekend for the first.
All I'm really saying is don't be biased because you're a fan of one person. Actually love and appreciate the game and the things that it brings. And you got, you know, different players, different positions, different diversities. That's another thing.
The first time. Known as one of the game's deadliest shooters, Larry Bird was of course chosen to compete. And while now many see the three-point contest as a friendly competition, Bird saw it as just another way to prove his greatness. Leading up to the event, Bird spent weeks practicing from the 5 spot.
I'm surprised how small Larry Bird is. Not in height, obviously, but in weight. He's 220. To put in perspective, I'm 1 foot shorter than Larry Bird, okay? He's 6'9", I'm 5'9". I'm 210 pounds. He's 220? Goodness gracious. Damn. Oof. I'm very surprised. I thought he'd be at least like 240. Goodness.
Taking his shots, making sure he was at his best for the contest. While Bird was already supremely confident in his shot, this practice convinced him that there was no way he could lose to anyone. And he made sure his opponents in the contest knew this.
We had a three-point contest at the All-Star break, and Larry walks in and says, "I hope all you guys in here are thinking about second place because I'm winning this."
In other words, he was saying that first place was already locked up.
Larry Bird is confident. But when you're that good, when you put your life into it, you should be that confident.
And it was, as Bird began his final round by draining 11 threes in a row. He won the contest while still on the middle rack, and even showboated by banking in the money ball from the right wing. As he finished his last rack, he raised his arms and yelled, "I am the three-point king." And he was, because the next year Bird won the contest again. Throughout the entire shootout, He never removed his warm-up jacket, demonstrating his unwavering confidence. And again, he called his victory beforehand, telling Dale Ellis, "There's no need to talk this time. We all know who's going to win." And in 1988, in pursuit of his third three-point shootout championship in 3 tries, Bird, jacket on, sunk his final money ball to give him his 3rd straight title and the official crown of the NBA's three-point king. Number 4,
Damn.
welcome to the league. By all accounts.
What if Larry Bird actually attempted more 3-pointers? That's another thing about the league now. All these players are becoming like making over 3,000 3-pointers, over 2,500 3-pointers. What if some of these players before attempted more? That all-time list would be so different. So different. James Harden is 2nd all-time in 3-pointers. No, sorry. James Harden is 3rd all-time in 3-pointers. I wouldn't put him top 5 all-time in shooting. He just took a lot of threes. He's one of the best shooters ever, but like top 5? No. Hell no. And that's the thing about the game now. Everything is so overinflated that a lot of the players now will benefit from stats. Know what I mean? Which is unfortunate. Which is gonna bring stat nerds to arguments. They use stat sheets to make arguments, and that's a problem. That's a problem. Greatness is more than stat sheets. It's more than stat. It's impact. You're affecting other people. You're affecting your opponents. It's more than just looking at stats, because different eras present different challenges, and different challenges affect those statistics. Nowadays, everybody's efficiency is higher. The spacing is different. Possessions are higher. So people's averages are going to be higher. They're going to have less resistance to score. So that's why their efficiency is higher. Their free throw numbers are up. Like, everything is just so overinflated that one will make these comparisons with using stats. It's not going to be a fair argument. You know what I mean? That's one of the biggest things I hate about comparing different eras. You really never actually know.
Bird loved to trash talk all of his opponents, but he had a special place in his heart for trash talking rookies. While recalling a game against Bird in his rookie season, Clyde Drexler summed up just what it was like for a rookie to be matched up against Larry Bird.
I was guarding in my rookie year. He looked at me and he goes, "You can't stop me." And I looked at him and said, "Gosh, boy, you're so confident." He was confident. You're a rookie. You don't know anything.
After that statement, Bird began to rain in shot after shot over Clyde, ending with,
Coach took me out the game. He walks by and he's laughing at me.
in his first game as a Hawk, Dominique Wilkins went to shake Bird's hand at the opening tip. Bird looked at Wilkins stone-faced and ignored him. Later in the game, Wilkins knocked Bird to the floor on a drive to the basket. Larry got up and said, "I like you, rookie. You've got guts, but I'm still going to go."
Oh, man.
For 40 on you tonight. He was 1 point off of his promise, scoring 39 on Dominique while shooting 18 for 22 from the floor. In a game against the Pacers, another notorious trash talker, Reggie Miller, attempted to get into Bird's head at the free throw line during his rookie year. Bird stopped, looked at Reggie, and said, "Rook, I am the best effing shooter in the league. In the league. Understand? And you're up here trying to effing tell me something?" He then, of course, proceeded to sink his next free throw. And this trash talk did not only extend to rookie.
Man, my inspiration for all of this is put in so much work that you can be that confident and back it up. Really. After I make this video, I'm gonna go straight to the things I'm doing to get my skills up in whatever I'm doing. This fires me up to do better. You know what I mean? And it should do the same for you as well. It should do the same for you as well.
Extended to college players too. In preparation for the 1984 Olympics, the college-filled United States team led by Michael Jordan played against a team of current pros to practice. During the warm-ups, a ball bounced from the Olympic team's end to the pros end. Michael Jordan chased after it, and then
the ball happened to be picked up by Larry Bird. And Michael went up a few feet away from Larry Bird and held out his hands. And Bird took the ball and fired it back down the court over Jordan's head, as if to say, "You're not only not getting this ball, I don't give a damn who you are."
Number 3. Stayed true to his word. Throughout his career, Larry Bird earned a reputation as one of the greatest clutch players in the NBA's history. Countless times the Celtics placed the ball in his hands, and countless times he came through. As his teammate ML Carr said,
Because, if you ever got in trouble, give the ball to Larry and get out of his way.
and after a while, just scoring in the clutch became too easy for Bird. He wanted more.
I get charged when I tell someone on the opposing team and I won't. hit last second shot and do it.
So on December 30th, 1986, in the final moments of a tie game against the Sonics, Bird walked out of the huddle to the man guarding him, Xavier McDaniel, and said,
Yeah, he said, I'm gonna get it right here. I'm gonna shoot it right in your face.
and that's exactly
That's the worst thing ever, man. As a defender, have mercy.
what he did.
Bird has the basketball. Larry Bird just phenomenal.
In fact, he not only shot the game winner over McDaniel, he also shot it over McDaniel's teammate too, proving that not even two players could stop Bird in the clutch. And while this shot was incredible, the next season Larry managed to top it. In the second game of the 1998 season, the Celtics trailed the Bullets by 3 with just seconds remaining. The ball was passed to Bird, who sunk a three to tie the game, but his coach had called a timeout. No matter, Bird proceeded to sink a running three-pointer to tie the game, sending it into overtime. And in overtime, with just 2 seconds remaining, the Celtics again trailed when
He looks at the bench and says, hey guys, when I come back after timeout, I'm going to go right to the same spot. I'm going to kick it in.
He told Washington, I'm going to get the ball.
you can guess what happened next.
And where do we go? It's gonna go to Bird. He's got a shot. Get it!
Number 2, the game was just too easy. As I said before, Larry Bird often found the game's most crucial moments to be too easy. And when the stakes were even lower, such as an average regular season game, Bird had to find more difficult ways to keep himself motivated. For instance, according to Danny Ainge,
Larry used to come in the locker room, he'd be getting his ankles taped, and he'd say, hey, ball boy, run in and go find the scoring record in this building. He needed those kind of challenges.
now perhaps the most extreme example of this came on Valentine's Day in 1980.
You know you're crazy when you're the type of person or player or whoever you are in whatever profession. You look for things to make you mad to keep your competitive edge. I know Michael Jordan did that. I know he does that. I know a number of people in different professions that do that to keep themselves fired up. That's a great way to keep yourself, on edge. You know what I mean? Sometimes, even for me too, like I love the hateful things people say to me. I'll keep the messages on my phone. So every time I'll look at it, so the next day I don't want to wake up or something, I look at that message, it fires me up to keep going. People like that are crazy, and I try to copy it to keep me, going or whatever I'm trying to do. Hate and anger can be a powerful thing to keep you going, if you know how to use it, of course.
Celtics had just finished a long road trip, so Larry decided to go out with a bang.
And Larry told all of us players, and the media too, we were all standing around waiting to leave. He said, tomorrow night, the last game of the trip, I'm going to play this one left-handed at least through 3 quarters.
Yes, Larry Bird promised to score every point against the Blazers with just his left hand, except for jump shots, which is exactly what he did. With both teams aware of his intentions, Bird scored 22 points with just his left hand, ending the night with 47 total points along with 14 rebounds, 11 assists, and the game-winning shot. And number 1. He should have gone for 60. On March 3rd, 1985, Larry Bird's teammate Kevin McHale broke the Celtics' franchise scoring record by scoring 56 points in the game. However, he took himself out of the game with just a few minutes remaining.
Damn. No one mentions Kevin McHale. Larry Bird fans, what's up with that, man? What's up with that? With how many reactions I've done for Larry Bird, how come nobody mentioned Kevin McHale? That's the thing I hate about being too biased. You forget about the other guys on your squads, on the teams that make the team whole. Those Celtics teams were stacked. Nobody ever, across all the videos I've made, ever mentions the teammates. That's a problem. That's a problem. Nobody can do it by themselves. And the fact that nobody even bat an eye on his teammates as well, that's a bad thing. Don't be so much of a fan, you forget that it's a team sport. Seriously, nobody mentions him. I never even knew he scored 50. Ever onto this. You can hate me for saying that if you want, but it's a team sport and nobody mentions the teammates.
Later told the media, "You should have stayed in there. Should have got 60." The two had a friendly rivalry, and Larry could not believe that McHale would take himself out with such an obvious milestone in sight. So, because he was Larry Bird, he decided to go for it himself. Just 9 days later, while matched up against the Hawks and Dominique Wilkins, Bird put on one of the greatest regular season performances in NBA history. As Doc Rivers put it,
He was calling shots off the glass. Who's next? Where do you want this one from? And he just made one after another.
yes, on this night, Bird was on fire, sinking almost impossible shot after shot. In the fourth quarter, he found himself with 52 points, and then made this. A shot so impressive that the players on the Hawks bench fell over in disbelief. These Hawks players would eventually cheer on Bird, a player on the opposing team. Then, with 56 points and a chance to break McHale's record, Bird went over to the Hawks and said,
He called it. He said rainbow trainer's lap.
meaning that's where he would shoot it, from the trainer's lap. Bird proceeded to catch the ball and do this, sinking a shot before falling into the trainer's lap. black. Meanwhile,
Wow.
the Bucks players high-fived each other, appreciating the NBA history they were watching. Now,
Wow.
this shot was waved off due to a foul, though Bird sunk both free throws and ended the game with 60 points on a buzzer beater, a Celtics franchise record that still stands. And thank you guys for watching.
Wow, that's amazing. Folks, that's amazing stuff. Let me know what other players you would like me to do a reaction on. Okay? Who are your favorite players? Who you want me to react to? And I'd love to do the reaction of that player. But in this video, I've learned so much things. I hope to learn a lot more about NBA history, any other sports, or any other thing. So again, let me know what other things you want me to react to, and I can do that. Thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, stay tuned for more reaction videos. Like always, get better every day, optimize yourself. I'll see you next video.